Hello, you're watching Traders Calendar on ИнстаФорекс TV channel with me, Kate Nedachina. Early next week, all eyes will be turned to the following market movers. On Tuesday, the preliminary GDP report for the first quarter of the year will see the light of the day in the United Kingdom. Economists forecast the growth by 0.5% compared to the last quarter of the previous year. It's supposed that the indicator has risen by 2.6% on a yearly basis. In 2014, the economic growth in the UK turned out to be the highest in 7 years, despite stagnation in October to December. Last year in the UK, GDP advanced by 2.6% after rising by 1.7% in 2013. At the same time, in the fourth quarter, the economic growth amounted to 0.6%, as in the third quarter. In the fourth quarter, the annual GDP growth made up 2.7%. On Wednesday, GDP data and FOMC rate decision will be published in the US. These indicators are closely monitored by investors. It's expected that in the first quarter of the year, GDP expanded by 1.1% compared to the previous 3 months. During the last quarter of 2014, growth in the US economy was slightly slower than the White House had expected. Thus, the US GDP grew by 2.2% and not by 2.6% as it had been anticipated. The reading was revised due to the small increase in the domestic consumption that stands for the third part of the world's largest economy, despite the fact that the dynamic remains at the highest level since 2006. Experts attribute the activity of consumers to low inflation, which began to fall last summer along with the oil prices. Also on Wednesday, the Federal Reserve System of the US will announce its decision on the discount rate for April. Economists expect that the rate will remain unchanged at 0.25%. According to the results of the Federal Open Market Committee that took place on March 18, it was decided to keep the key interest rate at 0.25%. Analysts were not surprised by the decision as they had expected such an outcome. According to the regulator's statement, the benchmark interest rate is unlikely to be raised at the meeting in April. Moreover, it's practically impossible due to the latest economic data from the United States. The hike of the key interest rate will be appropriate in case of the improvement of the labor market situation and confidence that the inflation will return to the target level of 2% in a short-term prospect. In addition to this, brands markets will wait for the following economic data. On Tuesday, data on the Consumer Confidence Index will be published in the United States by the Conference Board. On Wednesday, report on the trade balance is due for release in New Zealand. Statistics data on the preliminary Consumer Price Index will be on tap in Germany. At the same time, data on the pending home sales will be published in the United States. It was Macroeconomic Calendar on InstаForекс TV channel. Have a nice trading!